I tore apart that crappy story after finishing the book. 2 years of marriage, and then the moonlight came back. He threw money at her and asked for a clean break. I ripped up the divorce papers and tossed them in the trash. Finally, my happy days had arrived. Then I woke up inside the story. I was the heroine now. His name? Ha Woo Han, the heroine and her opposite. Because of a marriage contract, she married Min too, but she lived like she didn't exist. He showed zero interest in her. 2 years later, his precious white moonlight came back. And what did the heroine get? Stomach cancer and a divorce. Only when she was dying did he realize he actually loved her. Like, seriously? What kind of toxic mess is this? I woke up right when the heroine and Min too had just gotten married, about to spend their wedding night. And let's be real, he was stupid handsome. 8-pack abs, broad shoulders, tall, classic cold male lead vibes. Fresh out of the shower, steam everywhere, he looked like a freaking god. But I wasn't swooning, I was mad. He stared at me with that icy glare and just said 2 words, "Get lost." My jaw dropped. Excuse me? I'm literally pretty delicate face, doll-like features. How am I ugly? Then it clicked. In Min too's eyes, if you weren't his moonlight, you were trash. So I forced a fake look of deep affection and said, Min too, I'll wait for you no matter how long it takes. I'll wait until you love me. He looked disgusted and straight up kicked me out of bed. From that moment on, I became the substitute. In public, I played the perfect wife. At home, I was invisible, but unlike the original heroine, I wasn't gonna let the sadness kill me. I wasn't skipping meals. I wasn't drinking in the rain. Nah, this time, I was gonna live. So in the original story, the heroine wrecked her health until she got stomach cancer. But me? Nah, I'm not dumb. I eat well, I work out, I go to my checkups. My life is rich, comfortable, basically heaven. Love. Who cares? Money and freedom are worth way more. 2 years flew by in a blink, and finally it was divorce time. I even found a fake doctor to play along. When he asked for a divorce, I agreed immediately. I rubbed chili sauce on the back of my hand and smeared it near my eyes so tears would stream down. Looking up at him through painful tears, I whispered, I only have half a year left to live. I can't even give you warmth anymore. For the first time, he actually looked shocked. His voice trembled. I can give you twice the money. If you need treatment, come to me. Inside, I was bursting with joy, but outside I played it off with a sad little smile. You're perfect for me. And for the first time, he looked me in the eye and said softly, I'm sorry. I played my role well. I know you married me unwillingly. I took someone else's place as your wife. You don't need to apologize. My fake tears glistened beautifully, enough to make my eyes red and swollen, the perfect pitiful look. His expression softened, but then he said something completely off script. Or we can wait until you recover. Then we'll divorce. Excuse me? That was never part of the story. I quickly reached for his hand, covering my face shyly. Because I love you, I want to be perfect for you. I want to see you marry the woman you truly love. Build a happy family. That's my only wish before I leave this world. Under my determination, we finally divorced. I walked out of town holding that bright red divorce paper, smiling to myself. From now on, the world was wide open, money was mine to spend, and life was sweet. The heroine's parents were dead in the story, so I only had my best friend Toto. With the settlement money, I moved to another city, bought a house, got a job, and started fresh. A month later, the doctor I bribed sent Min to all the paperwork, medical records, emergency notes, cremation certificate, even a fake grave. As far as he knew, I was dead. Perfect. Meanwhile, I was out shopping with Toto. She spotted a dress she loved, and I told her, I'll buy it for you. I had plenty of money anyway, and what's a dress? She laughed and hugged me. You're so gorgeous. I could marry you myself. We joked around while trying on clothes, and I picked out a strappy little dress. Looking at myself in the mirror, I smiled. Honestly, I'm happy now. 2 years ago, I thought I couldn't escape him. I thought our friendship was ruined. Toto gave me a look and teased, "Don't tell me you've really forgotten him." I smirked. "Please, let him suffer on his own." "Gratitude, maybe. Love, nope," she admitted. "At first, I worried you couldn't let go. But now, I see it, you're glowing." I laughed. "Sure, he's handsome, but he's not mine. I can admire from afar, but that's it." Then, just as I was about to try on another dress, my eyes caught a familiar figure in the reflection. My heart skipped. No, wait, looked like Min too. After all, we had lived together for 2 years. I knew that silhouette instantly. Just one glance and I was sure it was him. Min too, but that didn't make sense. He wasn't supposed to be in this city. There was no way. My eyes must have been playing tricks on me. Please, God, don't let it be him. I'm finally living well. I don't want anything to do with that man anymore. After finishing up at the mall, I wasn't in the mood to hang around. I just wanted to get out of there. Toto convinced me to grab hot pot before heading home. And honestly, the food helped ease my nerves. The bubbling broth, the rich aroma, it was comforting. But the spicy base always wrecked my stomach, so I was careful. A few minutes in, I noticed the guy sitting across from me tossing beef into the pot. Without even looking up, he muttered, "Eat faster. I'll put in some beef balls and fish balls for you." Something about it felt wrong. Slowly, I lifted my head, and there he was. That face handsome like a carved jewel. Those cold eyes, sharp as blades, staring straight into me. Min too. A chill shot down my spine. My whole body went numb. His gaze flicked to the boiling hot pot, and he let out a cold laugh. "Stomach cancer, huh?" Sweat broke out along my back. My scalp tingled. I stammered, It's just a coincidence. Believe me." Before I could react, his hand clamped around my wrist like iron. The chopsticks slipped from my grip, meat falling back into the pot. Pain shot up my arm. "What are you doing? You're hurting me." He didn't answer. He just yanked me up and dragged me out. His strength was terrifying. I couldn't break free. He pulled me straight to the underground parking lot and shoved me into his car. The doors locked with a heavy click. My heart pounded, but I forced myself to stay calm. I glanced at him from the passenger seat. His profile was still perfect, like it had been carved out of marble, but his lips were pressed into a thin, furious line. "Why are you here?" I demanded. According to the story, he should have been with the female lead right now, not me. He ignored me completely and started the engine. The car shot forward so fast I had to grip the seatbelt just to breathe. The silence was suffocating. Angry silence is always the scariest. Finally, he slammed the brakes. We were at a luxury hotel, the road group's own property. Without a word, he dragged me inside, straight to the presidential suite at the top floor. I struggled the whole way, but nobody dared to interfere. The door shut with a heavy thud. Min too pulled out his phone, making calls. My heart raced. I quickly grabbed my own phone and texted Toto. He found me. "Min too's here. I'll send you my location." I texted Toto, "If you can't reach me in an hour, call the cops." The door opened and I froze. I hadn't expected him to actually bring me here. I quickly typed another message. "Don't panic. I'll explain later. Just be careful, okay? Thanks, bestie." Min too hung up his phone and walked over. I immediately shoved mine into my pocket. He dropped onto the couch, legs crossed, the air around him heavy and suffocating. My feet literally trembled. "Southside suits you," he said coldly. I forced a weak laugh. "I just wanted to disappear. That's why I faked my death. I needed you to forget me completely." Suddenly, he stood, closed the distance in 2 steps, and yanked me up by the collar. His face was so close I could feel his breath. His eyes burned with pure hatred, like he wanted to tear me apart. Panic rushed through me. This wasn't how the story was supposed to go. The original heroine died of stomach cancer, and only then did the male lead regret everything. That's when his suffering began. But me, I'd broken the script. Now nothing made sense. Run away, huh? He snarled through gritted teeth. Since the day we got married, you've been thinking about escaping. Did you really think I didn't notice? Every time we ate together, your mind was somewhere else. Our marriage trapped your body, but I never once had your soul. His resentment cut through me. My voice shook. You don't even like me. You love someone else. So why are you? Before I could finish, he shoved me hard, and I tumbled back onto the couch. My mind raced. How the hell do I escape this nightmare lead who's completely off script? The door beeped, unlocking. Someone swiped in. A tall, graceful woman entered first, stunning, elegant, her voice soft and musical like jade striking a plate. But the second her eyes landed on me, her smile froze. Anger and disgust flared in her gaze. His first love, the so-called white moonlight. I felt like a homewrecker caught red-handed. Heat crept up my neck. Thankfully, a man in a blue and white coat followed in and spoke, breaking the tension. Mr. Ning, we're ready for the test. Min Tu barely glanced at me. Check her. What test? I snapped, panicked. The doctor said nothing, just opened his medical kit and reached for me. I stumbled back, but Min Tu leaned lazily against the sofa, his voice dripping with cold command. There's a baby, born with congenital kidney failure. If your blood type matches, you're going to donate a kidney. Do that, and I'll let you go. My eyes widened in shock. What? Are you serious? His gaze met mine, icy, hateful. In that moment, I realized, in the original plot, he had been indifferent. But now that he knew I faked my death, all that indifference had twisted into resentment. To him, I wasn't just useless, I was a traitor. I forced a shaky laugh. Fine, I'll donate a kidney or I'll pay you back half the settlement. Your choice. That set him off. Draw her blood. Now. The doctor stepped forward with the syringe. My pulse spiked as he reached for my arm. I seized the moment, grabbing his wrist, twisting hard and jabbing the needle into him instead. In his shock, I yanked the room card from his pocket and bolted. Nobody expected me to fight back. They just stood there stunned as I sprinted down the hall, out of the hotel, lungs burning. Only when the night air hit my face did I realize I'd actually escaped. Barely. I fumbled for my phone and called Toto. This city was too dangerous. I had to move. But according to the rules of this twisted novel, Min Tu would definitely investigate. He'd track down my new address, my job hell. He'd block every escape route before I even made it out. Going up against him was like an ant trying to fight a giant tree. Sure enough, the express train ticket and plane ticket I bought were both canceled and refunded in under 3 minutes. My manager called to tell me I'd been fired directly by SA himself. Even my bank card got frozen. I had no choice but to pack up and hide out in a friend's garage at night, my whole body trembling. The female lead's life was supposed to be tragic, but mine, completely out of control. The plot had gone wild. I couldn't handle it anymore. I begged myself for comfort. Come on, you've survived worse. You'll get through this. Nobody can hurt you if you stay smart. But less than 2 days later, even Toto's address was exposed. They came straight to her door, demanding to see me. That alone proved it. Min Tu knew I was the only one who could save her. One afternoon, it was just me and her in the house. She glanced around Toto's modest living room with a sneer. This isn't even a proper dressing room. I glared back. Not everyone's a princess. Some of us live in the real world. Her lips curled into a graceful, mocking smile. How dare you talk to me like that? Looks like you haven't been taught enough lessons. Her voice made my hands freeze mid-motion. I'd been making tea, but instead of adding tea leaves, I accidentally tossed in lettuce and fish for the salad. Shaking it off, I carried the cup out anyway. I don't get it, I thought bitterly. This insane couple. Why can't they just let me stay dead? I don't owe them anything. She lifted the teacup with elegance, took a sip and then bolted for the bathroom, gagging. I leaned casually against the door frame as she vomited, my tone calm, almost mocking. Have you really thought about what it means if I donate my kidney to you? Even if you have him by your side, you'll never have his heart. Why cling to a man who doesn't love you? She wiped her mouth, a cold smile tugging at her lips. As long as you're dead, he'll be mine. Him, his heart, everything. For a moment, I just stared. She was stunning, flawless even, but her heart was pure poison. She didn't want me alive. I clenched my fists. Every word out of her mouth confirmed it. You don't actually have kidney disease, do you? According to every villainous cliché in these novels, she wasn't sick at all. She just wanted an excuse to torment me. They wanted me dead on the operating table. I could see it on her face when I called her bluff. I laughed. If you really want to keep something secret, the only way is if I never speak. For just a second, panic flickered in her eyes, but she smoothed it over quickly, pretending calm. You faked being sick, then faked your own death. Do you really think anyone's going to believe you? She smirked. We'll see. I rinsed my mouth with the tea and smiled faintly. She'd spent an hour vomiting from a cup of lettuce tea, then stormed out with her bag. I talked big, but deep down, I knew I had to get out before they flipped the script on me again. Luckily, I wasn't completely careless. I had split the divorce settlement across different bank cards. Min 2 froze the main one, but I still had backups. Public transportation was too risky, but I had my car. If I could just get out of the city, I'd be free. Or so I thought. Driving down the coastal boulevard, headlights suddenly flared in my rear view. Cars appeared behind me, cutting me off, boxing me in from all sides. My pulse spiked. The car on my left rolled down its window, and there he was, Min 2, his perfect face illuminated in the night. His voice cut through the roar of the wind. Stop the car. My foot slammed harder on the gas. No way. But the car in front slowed abruptly, blocking my lane. I braked too late. Metal crunched, glass shattered. The airbag exploded into my chest, knocking the air out of me. When I came to, I was dazed, vision swimming. Long fingers brushed against my cheek through the shattered window. His voice, calm but merciless. I told you to stop. Since you won't listen, I'll use stronger methods. I tried to curse at him, but a violent cough tore through my lungs instead. He pulled me from the wreck effortlessly, lifting me like I weighed nothing. My mind reeled, but one thought rang loud and clear. He was taking me to the hospital. I screamed frantically for someone to save me. Min 2's grip only tightened, his voice low and threatening. Don't make me use force. But I didn't care. My brain was spinning, searching for a way to escape. His people were everywhere. Normally they'd hold back in public, but this was a coastal highway empty, no witnesses. My chances were slim. Then I remembered something I once read online. If you're grabbed by traffickers, cause as much property damage as you can. It creates leverage. The front trunk of the crashed car had popped open. While his attention slipped for a second, I bent down, bit his hand to break free, and grabbed the safety hammer. I went wild, smashing at anything I could reach. The nearest car happened to be his Rolls-Royce Phantom. I didn't hesitate. I shattered the windshield, slammed the hood until it dented with gaping holes. Glass rained everywhere. Unfortunately, I only managed one good hit before his men swarmed me. Rough hands yanked me back under control. Then, out of nowhere, the door of the Rolls-Royce opened. A pair of long legs stepped out, followed by a tall man in a tailored suit. Gold-rimmed glasses gave him an air of elegance, not anger, even as he surveyed the wreckage of his luxury car. Instead of rage, his voice was calm, almost amused. My car's totaled. The person responsible can't just walk away. Min 2 replied smoothly, I'm sorry. My wife has a condition, she lost control. I'll pay whatever it costs. Wife, I shouted, my voice breaking. I'm not married to him. Don't believe him, he won't pay you anything. The man with glasses, clearly a high-ranking officer, turned to me, studying my panic. I forced a sweet smile, blinking wildly to prove I was sane. See? No condition. He's lying. Min 2 is dangerous, don't let him take me. For the first time, Min 2's patience cracked. His cold gaze sliced through the night as he ordered his men, take her away. But the officer didn't budge. In fact, he stepped closer, blocking their path, and called for backup. One by one, more people climbed out of the cars behind him. A silent standoff formed on the highway. Min 2 realized he couldn't just snatch me away. Not here, not now. His jaw tightened as he gave the order to retreat, leaving me behind. I was shaking, but alive. I pressed a hand against my chest, bowing gratefully to the officer who had intervened. He promised to cover the damages and car repairs, then gave me a reassuring smile. "My name is Gu," he said lightly. I quickly saved his number, heart still pounding. But then it hit me like lightning. Gu. That name, too familiar. He wasn't just anyone. He was the male lead from another novel. I suddenly realized this Gu wasn't just anyone. He was the male lead of another romance novel I once read. Back then, he had been abandoned by the heroine because of complicated circumstances. Years later, when he finally found her again, he forced her to stay by his side. There was still love, but also pain. Their story was full of obsession, heartbreak, an endless push and pull until the very end. Compared to Min 2, at least Gu wasn't trying to kill me. That was a tiny win. I sat in his car, cheeks burning as I stared at the shattered window. "Thank you for saving me," I mumbled awkwardly. "I'll pay for everything." He gave me a faint glance, his tone calm but unyielding. "We'll go straight to the Force store." And so we did. The moment I saw the repair bills, my heart nearly stopped. This wasn't just any Rolls-Royce Phantom, it was a limited edition. The repair costs were higher than the price of a brand new car. I swiped every card I had. My main account was frozen, so I drained the spares, maxed out the Bulls card, all of it gone in an instant. I told myself, it's fine. I'll make the money back somehow. Normal people live normal lives. I'll figure it out. But then he looked at me again. Expression unreadable. "I was supposed to pick someone up at the airport today. You delayed me. Now, you'll help me act in a little play." Curious, I asked, "Who are you picking up?" His eyes flashed with a hatred so sharp it startled me. Yet his lips curved into a bitter smile. "Someone I've hated for 5 years." And in that instant, I knew. This was that moment, the heroine's grand return. The real story was about to begin. I remembered how it went. Gu deliberately brought another woman with him to provoke the heroine. That woman was me, a disposable supporting role, just cannon fodder used to trigger their love-hate drama. Sure enough, when we arrived at the airport, I saw her, the heroine Vi. The second Gu's eyes landed on her. They lit up, not with love, but with a hate so blinding it was almost dazzling. I recognized that look. I remembered it from the novel. Vi, on the other hand, forced a calm smile. "Long time no see." Gu immediately grabbed her hand, voice trembling as he said, 5 years. I've missed you for 5 years. Finally, I get to see you again." Vi's lips parted, her voice barely above a whisper. You missed me." I could feel the tension crackling in the air. Before she could pull away, Gu clasped her hand tighter, his tone suddenly louder, harsher, almost accusing. "Of course I missed you." And then the truth spilled out like a storm. 5 years ago, Gu had been in a car accident. Vi had donated 1,000 milliliters of blood to save him, leaving herself weak for weeks. But while he was in a coma, his parents had thrown $1 million at her and shipped her overseas. Not long after, her family business collapsed. She used that money to survive. But the rumors twisted the story. To Gu, it looked like she had abandoned him, taken the money, and run. He woke up thinking she had traded his life for cash, choosing comfort over love. And from then on, all he saw when he looked at her was betrayal. Honestly, neither of them was truly at fault. They were both victims of a messed up misunderstanding. If they'd just sat down and talked, none of this pain would have dragged on for 5 years. Instead, they chose silence, anger, and heartbreak over one simple conversation. When I read this part in the book, I'd been so frustrated I swore it was giving me chest tumors. Like y'all seriously couldn't just open your mouths and clear this up? So now, standing here in the middle of the airport, I decided I wasn't gonna let history repeat itself. I spoke up, laid the whole truth out right in front of them, and the moment the words left my lips, it felt like I had lifted 1,000 invisible pounds off my chest. I froze, eyes brimming with tears. She finally admitted she only took the money back then because she had no choice. "Your money is my money too," she whispered, voice trembling. Gu didn't hesitate this time. He pulled her straight into his arms, hugging her like the world around them didn't exist. Then, in front of everyone airport crowd, me, random passers-by, he kissed her. And me, I was the human light bulb standing right there, third-wheeling their reconciliation arc. My inner monologue, great, glad y'all worked it out. Guess I'm just background decoration now. After they leaned on each other in the car ride back, Gu finally turned to me, serious again. He handed me a sleek black card. "You've helped me a lot. Forget about the car repairs, this covers everything." But I wasn't done. I looked him straight in the eye. "I need one more thing. I came here to negotiate with Min too, but I need protection." His interest sparked instantly. "Go on." I laid it out clearly, and without hesitation, he nodded. "Done." So I called Min too. The moment his voice came through the phone, it was ice cold, dripping with poison. "Meet me on Min 2 Street." Compared to my calm tone, his was pure fury. But I didn't flinch. I simply gave him the address. 30 minutes later, Gu's men had already hauled Min 2 into the car. When we arrived, I finally faced him. He sneered at me, trying to look brave even though his hands were bound. His words spat venom. "You're quick to find yourself a new master, huh?" I sipped my coffee casually, meeting his glare with a smirk. "Don't think you're untouchable just because of your family name. Defamation? That's up to 3 years in prison. You get that, right?" Min 2's face twisted with rage. His fists clenched so tight his knuckles went white, but Gus men pinned his shoulders, holding him down so he couldn't move an inch. I pulled out my phone and shoved the screen toward Vi. "See for yourself." It was a chat between me and the doctor at Toto Hospital from earlier this morning. Before I even left the house, I had already messaged Toto. They'd sent me surveillance footage and the official report. "You love reading novels, so maybe you don't get this, but cameras don't lie," I said flatly. The supervisor had already confirmed it. I never had kidney disease. Min 2's brows furrowed. He barked, "That's impossible." The curator showed me her report. She was born with kidney failure. I let out a sharp laugh. Reports can be faked. If mine could be forged, why not hers? Come on, Min 2, don't be stupid. You've already been tricked once. What makes you so eager to be tricked again? His fists clenched so tight the veins on his wrist bulged. His glare sharpened. "You've got some nerve." I shot back. "Please, I'm not some fool." After the divorce, yeah, I faked my death but not enough to actually die. And yet you've been hunting me down like a madman ever since. Why? To kill me? To harvest my kidney? To lock me up so I can never move again? Every plan of yours ends with me losing everything. Did you ever stop to think how insane that is? For a second, his anger flickered, replaced by something darker. I took a deep breath and forced myself to slow down. From the very start, you treated me like I was your property. You thought divorcing me would shatter me, like my life would mean nothing without you. But when I survived, when I moved on, that's when you decided I betrayed you. I get that it stings, but that's no excuse for humiliation, violence, or cruelty. I leaned in, my voice like ice. You built a sugar empire. You proved you're smart, capable, powerful. But if you had spent even half that effort respecting me as an equal instead of an object, we wouldn't be standing here like this. Of course, with Min Tu's stubborn pride, my words weren't going to sink in right away. But I said them anyway. Then, I slipped Gu Hong Ian's black card into his pocket. Here, your money, returned. From this point on, we're done. For the first time ever, Min Tu's face shifted. He looked confused, the same confusion I once carried when I was still trapped in his orbit. His lips trembled as he finally asked, "Did you never love me?" Inside, I cursed him for being so blind. Love you? If I ever did, the only one bleeding and broken right now would be me. And maybe, just maybe, that's when it hit him that his so-called ownership was never love at all. For the first time, I saw panic flash in his eyes, like he was really starting to question everything. I couldn't even tell if what he felt was real or fake, but honestly, I already knew the book's plot had spelled it out. Back then, he was just a paper character, moving exactly the way the script wanted. But now he was standing face to face with the truth. After I walked away, he went and got himself tested. The results? Exactly what I'd said all along: no congenital kidney disease, nothing. Every illness, every tragic story, all of it was fabricated by her just to win his pity. Enraged, he cut ties with her family, shut down the whole act. He didn't go back to the countryside, he stayed here in the city. The plans he'd set in motion to control me were gone. For the first time in years, I could walk freely. My ID card was reinstated, and I could actually apply for jobs without someone blocking me. But every now and then, I'd catch a glimpse of him from a distance. Min too, lingering in the shadows, like he was still chasing me but not in the same way. It was more like he was searching for something, following a trail he couldn't quite name. One day, I couldn't hold back anymore. I called him. We met at a little cafe, two people who used to be married, sitting across from each other like strangers. He told me it felt like there was some invisible force pressing down on his thoughts, his emotions, even his actions. Every time I wanted to reconcile with you, he said quietly, it was like something whispered in my ear, don't let her go. I hated myself for it. I shouldn't have resented you, but I couldn't stop. We had been married for 2 years. Feelings had grown, but he could never express them clearly. It disturbed him, tormented him, but on the surface, he still carried himself with his usual elegance. By design, he was written to love the heroine. That's why her death had crushed him in the original story. But now, with me rewriting the path, everything was different. I thought for a moment, then asked, do you believe in fate? He looked straight at me. It was fate that made us a couple. But once you realize fate is just a script, you fight it. That's why we've ended up here. I gave him an example. Gu Hong Ian and his fiancée. They'd almost destroyed each other once, but after clearing the misunderstandings, they rebuilt. Now, in just 2 months, they were getting married. If they could change their ending, why couldn't we? His eyes lit up. If the ending can change, can we start over too? I hesitated, carefully testing the waters. If I said I wanted to stay single, would he be furious? For a second, a flicker of anger passed through his face, but it faded as quickly as it came. Like his subconscious was telling him to be mad, but his heart just wasn't. I reached over and tapped his shoulder gently. You're almost free from the character the book forced you to be. Toto's right, if you've truly changed, maybe you deserve another chance. Then I shook my head slowly. But freedom means I don't owe you anything, and that's a principle I can't let go of. So now, he was just a regular guy. And honestly, there are billions of regular guys out there. Why should I choose him? Work was dull. I'd only saved up a little money, so I decided to take a risk and open a hot pot place. Bok Ian and Min too even offered to invest. So with 2 powerful families backing us, of course I agreed. The grand opening was a huge success, packed house, cameras from finance channels, everything. As soon as we cut the ribbon, people were flooding in, money practically flying across the tables. That's when my phone buzzed. A courier was calling, saying he had a package for me and needed a signature. I stepped outside to meet him, but there was no one there. Hello, are you still around? I asked. I'm at the door, he replied. and before I could say another word, a cold gust of wind swept past me and sharp pain exploded in the back of my head. Darkness. When I came to, my skull was throbbing and I realized I wasn't in the city anymore. A strange room, several guards stationed at the door, and right in front of me, a woman twirling a dagger between her fingers, her eyes sharp and venomous. Kidnapping. Of course, just another plot point in this cursed story. What are you planning? I asked. She didn't even bother hiding her rage. At her signal, 5 deformed-looking men stepped forward, daggers glinting under the dim light. Her voice dripped with hatred. Don't you dare think you can keep what I've lost. I've been waiting for this moment to destroy that pretty little face of yours myself. I lifted my chin, steady. Look, I don't belong to Min too. I don't even like him. Her expression twisted, eyes wild, almost popping out of her head. She shrieked, without you, he never would have abandoned me. You ruined everything I had, so I'll ruin everything for you too. I tried reasoning with her. You know he was overseas, right? Even then, he never stopped waiting for you. You don't need fake illnesses or manipulations. If you just stayed true, he would have found you again. For a second, she froze. Hesitation flickered across her face. But then I twisted the knife deeper. The truth is he always loved you. I was married to him for 2 years and he never once touched me. Her composure cracked. The calm mask slipped into a storm of insecurity. He never touched me either. Does that mean he doesn't love me at all? Her rage flared again, hotter than before. She gritted her teeth, eyes blazing. No, if you hadn't married him you still deserve to die. If you're still alive, he'll never look at me. So what choice do I have? Either you die or we both go to hell together. Her voice cracked into a manic mumble, hands trembling, eyes glassy with fear and obsession. I just sat there, calm, watching her spiral deeper into her madness. Then, without warning, she lunged at me, dagger flashing. But right before the blade touched me, boom! The walls shook, debris rained down, and the entire room split apart as a squad of men stormed in, knocking her people down in seconds. She shrieked, dropped her weapon, and collapsed on the ground as someone rushed over to cut the ropes binding my wrists. Why didn't you fight back? One of them asked. I smirked. Because villains always talk too much. Give them a few extra seconds, and they end up defeating themselves. As we walked out, Min too appeared, his expression unreadable. I'm sorry, he said quietly. She's crying in a cell right now, but it's too late. I was wrong. I just laughed and shrugged. So, do you forgive her? He shook his head firmly. No, she meant to hurt you. Kidnapping has consequences. The law will deal with her. His eyes tightened, not just anger, but disappointment, disgust, maybe even a little regret. Somewhere along the way, he had completely lost control of her, and now she was nothing more than another inmate, a free spirit locked in chains. 2 months later, she was gone from our world, and Vi, poor sweet Vi, married the man she actually loved. I even showed up as a guest, clapping while they exchanged vows and kissed like a couple fresh out of a cheesy rom-com. We partied after at a bar, laughter spilling everywhere. Even Toto downed shots of soy milk after eating something way too spicy, still nosy enough to lean over and ask, "So what's your plan now?" I told him I'd take a trip to the city. He practically screamed. Wait, don't tell me you're gonna remarry Min too. I rolled my eyes. What do you think? I'm just refiling the divorce papers. You do realize we got married without even finalizing the divorce first, right? That old certificate's in shreds. Now we gotta do it all over again. He gawked at me. So you're seriously not going back to him? What kind of idiot would I be? I shot back. Min too still hovers around sometimes, clinging like a shadow, but I don't bother with him anymore. I'm finally free. I've got money to earn, fun to chase, and if some gorgeous guy crosses my path, sure, I'll take him. But happiness, that fairy tale ending? Please, all that stuff is just recycled tropes for soap operas and romance novels. I'm done playing that role. Love stories, cute on paper, exhausting in real life. So, after going through all that drama, here's what I took away from the story. Love isn't destiny. If you just let fate or the script control you, you're basically living like a cardboard cutout. Real happiness only comes when you make your own choices. Nobody's stuck as the villain forever. Min too looked cold and robotic at first, but once he broke free, he showed he could actually care. Sometimes people act messed up because they're trapped by expectations, not because that's who they really are. Marriage isn't the only happy ending. Our main character chose freedom, work, and fun over being tied down, and honestly, that's valid. Happiness looks different for everyone. Drama is just the wrapper. Underneath all the chaos, fake illnesses, kidnappings, betrayals, the story's really telling us one thing: live true to yourself. Don't let anyone else write your script. And honestly, that's why I kinda love stories like this. They're messy, over the top, sometimes exhausting, but at the end of the day, they remind us we all get to decide our own ending.